Alright guys, happy Friday morning. Well, it's Friday morning here. I don't know when I'm going to finish editing this video. But happy Friday. I wanted to start creating videos for my DVD finds. And I think I'm going to start doing them on Friday. I don't know if it's pretty much the same everywhere else. But I know that for me, Fridays and Saturdays are usually the biggest days for thrift store drop-offs. So that means families or just anyone who's a movie collector usually just kind of collects all their old DVDs and Blu-rays and just donates them to either Goodwill or other thrift stores, and usually does it before the weekend because they need some extra money or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start doing these videos on Friday or Saturday and just maybe call them like Friday DVD finds or something like that. And yeah, I want to do one of these once a week. I know it's been about 3 weeks since I did my last actual DVD hunting thrift store video. That's a mouthful, I know. But I had some extra time this morning, so I want to go check out a couple of the regular thrift stores that I usually hit up, which is about 3 to 4 of the main ones. There's a couple of thrift stores there that don't really carry too much, or they have the same DVD that they've carried for years. So yeah, cross your fingers for me, and we're going to get going. By the way, if you guys didn't catch in my last video from this past Tuesday where I picked up the Logan Steelbook, I mentioned that the reason why I slowed down on picking up the out-of-print or rare DVDs is because my eBay store was just building crazy and I really didn't have any physical space for it. So I actually might get lucky at one of these thrift stores and pick up maybe like a nice DVD cabinet to hold some more or what. But I mean, I have a smaller car, so it's a little harder transporting things like that. So yeah, we'll see if I get lucky today. Alright guys, so I wanted to stop by this thrift store first. I usually stop by here later. It's all the way at the end of the main street that I usually go to. And yeah, let's see if we can get some good pickups. So this is more or less something I'm looking for. Just to hold about a couple hundred DVDs and Blu-rays. 14 bucks, but this would never fit in my car though. Kind of cool to see all these like little retro toys. This is really awesome. I remember I used to have guns like this when I was a kid. And make sure they have that orange tip. That's really cool though. Wow, it's a really cool shooter right there. The scope on it. Just found this weird Japanese toy. I don't know what this is about. Wow, this is actually made by Sega. It's interesting. Looks like something you throw up in the air? I don't know. Plastic character figure. Looks really weird. If you guys haven't checked out Black Sheep, this is a very underrated David Spade and Chris Farley movie. Extremely funny in the wake of Tommy Boy. Let's see. A lot of common stuff. Spy Kids. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pixar short films. It's a really good one too. Not out of print or anything, but oh wow. I have a copy of this. I got a copy of this when it was out of print. Now it's actually on Blu-ray, I believe. I believe they just released it on Blu-ray. Whale Rider, that's a good one. Alright guys, so just got two pretty good pickups right here. First off is James Cain in Thief. Now this is a rare and out of print one. I looked it up. And it's pretty much just like a heist movie. Don't know too much about it. Haven't seen it yet. It's from 1981. I absolutely love James Cain. It's a special director's edition. Like I said, I looked it up. It's going anywhere from about 13 to 16 bucks right here. So it's in really good condition. So that's James Cain, Thief. Now my next pickup was Vanishing Point. Now this is the original Vanishing Point. I believe this is the film that was kind of based off of that movie with Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie, 60 Seconds. I forget what it's called, 60 Seconds or Less or something. Alright, now my next pickup is Vanishing Point. Now this one right here is an absolute classic.
Vanishing Point, mate, it's a fucking classic.
I looked it up. It's extremely rare, this version right here. This one has the US version, and on the flip side, it's a flipper disc. On the flip side, it has the UK release. Now this one's going for about 40 bucks and up. It's kind of beat up. But anyways, this movie in a nutshell, I have not seen it, but I always remember the scene where they're talking about it from Death Proof. The girls at the table are talking about how awesome Vanishing Point is, and if you haven't seen it, then you're really not into cars or anything like that.
What's Vanishing Point?
It's just one of the best American movies ever made.
Most girls wouldn't know Vanishing Point.
Excuse me, most girls? What the fuck are you two?
Yeah, well, we're gearheads. Of course, we watched it. Y'all grew up watching that Pretty in Pink shit.
Oh, I like Pretty in Pink.
So if you guys are into car chase movies, definitely check out Vanishing Point. Now this one right here, I believe is from 1971 right here. This movie right here, from what I've read in a nutshell, is about this guy named Kowalski, and he's determined to race from Denver, Colorado to San Francisco in this vehicle, and I believe under 15 hours. And on his adventure, of course, he encounters, you know, Johnny Law up there, the officials get involved, and it's kind of like a high-speed chase movie. This movie's known for like its car stunts and scenes just through and throughout, and I really want to check this one out. Like I said, it was kind of banged up. I mean, you know, there's a couple little nicks here and there, but the disc itself is actually really, really good, so I'm really glad I got that pickup, Vanishing Point in 1971. Alright, so we're back on this main street that I usually visit at least a couple times a week, mainly because they have like little boutique shops and a couple thrift stores here and there, but these are the thrift stores where I found most of my really rare or out of print DVD pickups, so let's see if we can find some more. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what I got in there in a couple seconds. I bought a couple of DVDs right there, got a couple pickups. But I had to kind of run out to my car because some guy was writing parking tickets, and yeah, I thought there was free parking for a second, and guess not. So I'm just moving my car really quick, and I'll show you guys what I got. Alright guys, so my first pickup is probably in one of my top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger films, The Running Man. If you guys haven't seen this film right here, this movie is set in the year 2019, so not that far off, but it's very, very futuristic. And it kind of starts with Arnold Schwarzenegger's character. I believe he's in a prison, and he decides to escape, and he's kind of on the run. And by this time in the year 2019, kind of television is really dominated by really evil, gritty sports of like live death and stuff like that, which we're actually not that far off. I mean, we watch a lot of like Survivor and just all these reality shows that focus on people getting hurt and stuff like that. Once they catch him again, they actually give him the ultimatum to join in this Running Man game show to kind of fight for his freedom and play for his freedom or whatever. And it's just a series of him going through these obstacle courses where he has to fight these guys, and it's such a freaking cool futuristic movie. I think this is extremely underrated. If this is not on people's top 3 Arnold Schwarzenegger list, something's wrong. This movie is extremely cool. The music's awesome. The characters that he has to fight are really, really cool as well, so definitely give The Running Man a chance. I don't think this one's really out of print. I know it's kind of rare because it's an artisan title. They may have re-released it, but definitely pick up The Running Man. Alright, now my next pickup is Danielle Steele's Daddy. It stars Patrick Duffy and Linda Carter. Now I know you guys remember Patrick Duffy right there from that show Step by Step in the 90s.
The dream got broken, seemed like all was lost. What would be the future? Could you pay the cost? You wonder, will there ever...
I grew up on that show. That show's so awesome. But I believe in this movie it's kind of like a romantic drama. That picture right there says it all. But from what I've read, it's kind of like about him and his family splitting. It looks like, is that a... Whoa, that is... I know it's not focusing in, but that is a young... That's a young Ben Affleck. Wow, I'm going to have to put the picture up on the screen. That is a young Ben Affleck. That's extremely young. This is 1991 right here. So I believe he's a family man. The family splits for whatever reason. They get a divorce, and he ends up moving, I think, across the country. And it's just kind of him starting a new life and the trials and tribulations that come with the family splitting. So that one right there also is, I believe, a rare and out of print one. I've actually seen this one a couple times, but never picked it up. So I like picking up just kind of weird and obscure titles. Plus that cover right there just looks like a novel, and it's just... It looks extremely funny, that look on his face right there. Very, very serious. So, yeah, Danielle Steele's Daddy. Alright guys, my next pickup is Undercover Blues, starring Kathleen Turner and Dennis Quaid. Now I absolutely love Kathleen Turner. I recently got into her movies with like Serial Mom and a couple of the other 80s and 90s films. I just think she's a great actress. And Dennis Quaid, who's really cool too. I haven't seen enough Dennis Quaid films. I kind of started checking him out more towards the end, or the more recent stuff that he did, which I didn't really care for. The one with the end of the world kind of freezing over wasn't too cool. I totally forget the name. I think it's The End of Tomorrow or something like that. But anyways, this film right here really caught my eye, just mainly because it's a funny, kind of quirky, like 90s cover. And this one I looked up, and it's going for like 30 to 40 bucks on eBay. So this film right here also has Tom Arnold, Stanley Tucci right there. Now I believe this movie, I have not seen it yet, but from what I've read, is that these two are spies, and they just recently had a daughter, and they kind of, I believe, get out of the game of espionage, and somehow they get pulled back into it, and it's just kind of like a quirky comedy of two parents, you know, just have a brand new daughter, and they're trying to juggle that between, you know, being spies and stuff like that. And I believe it's just a regular, like one of those 90s comedies, and this is 1993 right here, so I'll have to give this a watch. But yeah, like I said, it's rare and out of print. Undercover Blues. Alright guys, so I had to kind of park far off a little bit, so it's okay, I need a good little walk in. So I'm going to walk to this next thrift store, see if we can get some good finds. Alright guys, so amongst all those DVDs, I did not find anything that stood out. Plus I had this guy from the previous store kind of talking a hole in my ear, an older guy, about, you know, he was 71, started talking about the good old days, and he just kind of wouldn't let me be as far as, I mean, he was a great guy, but he wouldn't let me be as far as, you know, letting me do my DVD hunting thing. And, you know, and then he kind of followed me to the next store, which was funny. So he was talking to me there, and so I didn't really get too much time to really dive deep and check on eBay a lot of these releases. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really find anything. That last thrift store was pretty much common titles. A lot of things were missing, so I don't know if they're kind of getting ready to make room for new stuff they're bringing in, if there's anything in the back or what. I just really didn't have any luck at that last thrift store. I'm going to hit up two more thrift stores that I go to. One is kind of a wreck. They don't really keep it clean, or it's just kind of all over the place. And the other one I've had a lot of success at, a lot of stuff that's wrapped, it's never been opened. So yeah, I'm going to check out those next two and then probably call it a day. Okay, so it looks pretty packed today at this thrift store right now. But like I said, this first thrift store right here, this is the one that's kind of unorganized when it comes to the DVDs. A lot of them are missing, a lot of broken cases as well. So let's see if we get any good luck. While I was in there, the sun broke out a little bit, so that's always good. Got about 7 DVD titles. I'm going to go over them real quick. Alright guys, so I'm going to go over these pickups really quick because I don't want this to be a long DVD. So the first one I picked up actually is a duplicate I have. It's called Getting There by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Now this is when they turned 16. I believe they started doing films when they were like 5 or 6. It was whenever they stopped doing Full House. So they got offered a bunch of movie roles, a lot of Disney films. And these are actually really rare to print. I already have this one, but the disc was pretty jacked up. So I actually picked up another copy, which looks really good. Little dents here and there, but this one's actually going for about 15 bucks and up. Now the second one I actually don't own, surprisingly. It's Halloween 2 with Jamie Lee Curtis, not the shitty remake by Rob Zombie. This one's actually in widescreen. Now I know a lot of you guys are saying, why is he buying stuff like that's already really common and stuff? I actually do not own this on DVD, and I really only like the original Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis and the second one with Jamie Lee Curtis. And I actually have a guilty pleasure for number 4 for some reason. And I prefer to get them on DVD, not Blu-ray, because I like to watch them kind of with that real nostalgic, like grainy DVD feel. I'm an 80s baby, so I just like that feel. It doesn't matter if it's on a 10-inch screen or a 75-inch screen. If you guys don't know about Halloween, Google it. It was only a couple bucks, so I decided why not just pick it up. Now, another couple films that I haven't seen in about 20 years. It's Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams and Cheech and Chong's Things Are Tough All Over. It's a double feature. I don't remember too much about these films right here. I know it's after the whole Up in Smoke, success that they had in the 70s and 80s. This one right here, yeah, Nice Dreams is from 1981, and Things Are Tough All Over is from 1982. So they were coming out with movies back to back. A lot of people kind of compare these to like Dazed and Confused or Harold and Kumar stoner movies. They are absolutely a league of their own. They do a lot of like variety type of humor. A lot of them, I know when Things are Tough All Over, they do like a dual acting job where they play different characters, but it's both them like after each other. So it's like a really weird like character in this film right here. I haven't seen these actually in a long time, so I can't really give you guys like a breakdown or whatever, but these movies are really, really classic, and I got a double feature, so yeah. Now these next four I'm going to go over because I don't know too much about them. Shatas. Now this one right here, I've heard so many things about. I believe it's in Jamaica, or was filmed in Jamaica, or it has like a Jamaican theme. But it's just pretty much like a gangster movie. It says in the tradition of Scarface. So they're setting the bar kind of high. But yeah, I know that Shatas is more of like a hood type of film, and I'm really a fan of hood films. It is a 2-disc director's edition, only a couple bucks, so I wanted to check that one out. Next is a real weird and obscure one. It's called The Buttercup Gang. Now this one's kind of like a family friendly DVD. Don't know too much about it, but I know it's going for about 20 bucks on eBay, so I picked that one up. It's in great condition. The Buttercream Gang. My next pickup is The Last Don 2. Have no clue about it. Kirstie Alley, Patsy Cline, Danny Aiello. It looks like a great cast. I don't know anything about it. It says a complete miniseries right there, so I don't know if this is a sequel or what it's about. This one is actually extremely rare as well. Kind of banged up a little bit, but I can fix it up. It's going for about 40 bucks on eBay, so I'm so glad I picked this one up. And last but not least, another one that's going for a lot on eBay, we're talking about like 40 bucks and up, is Summertime. It's a Criterion Collection film, and it is sealed, so I'm really happy about that one. Looks like an older film. It's 1955. Don't know too much about it. But yeah, picked that one up, and very, very excited to post that one on my eBay store. Let's head off to the next and final thrift store for the day. Alright guys, I just had a quick question. I haven't been in the movie theaters in a while, but if you guys have, let me know what you guys have seen, and what are you guys expecting for summer 2017. We have a lot of big movies coming out in June, July, so let me go what you guys are looking forward to. Alright, so after many, many weeks of searching, I found a good shelf for all my out-of-print DVDs. It's going to hold at least a couple more hundred. Only $7. So excited. Alright guys, so I only picked up a couple of titles in there. They didn't have really anything too uncommon. So I did pick up another copy of Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Now this is the second one. Now forever, it used to be incredibly hard for me to find this film, let alone the first one, which I still can't find. Now these are pretty hard to find and they're out of print. So if you guys stumble upon Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, or the first one, I believe it's called Ace Ventura Pet Detective, on DVD, definitely grab these guys. They are out of print. And my next and final pickup from that thrift store was The Creeping Flesh with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Don't know too much about it. I just know that Christopher Lee is, I believe, a kind of like a mad scientist type, and he's kind of almost playing Frankenstein and adding DNA and cells to the skeleton to try to give it living tissue. His family thinks he's crazy, and I just heard it's a really, really creepy film. It's in great condition too. This one, I believe, yeah, it's 1972. So this one right here is a good find. It is also going for about 15 to 20 bucks on eBay, so I'm glad I picked it up for a couple bucks. Alright guys, so that's it for my pickups. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys aren't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to try to have more content, more DVD hunting videos, more Tuesday DVD and Blu-ray releases for you guys. Like always, thank you guys for checking in. I hope you guys have a great day. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.